Hello my dear friend, this is Phil again. Welcome back to my channel. So this episode I'm gonna show you another bug fix. Oh, for someone it will be a nerf. Unfortunately, Bethesda actually have on the current PTS. So there is a cool weapon called Cryolator in this game, and it only works if you have a 2-shot and with your explosive perk, which is Demolition Expert, maxed out. They're gonna give you a good output damage, and it works with power armor and work with VATS at a certain level on the current live server. So let me quickly show you how it works on the current live server. I'm trying to remove all the damage related perks from my loadout to actually minimize any bias during my tests. So now this is my current loadout. There's no damage boost perk at all. Let's try with this standard version of Cryolator. You can see its current damage is 32 per shot. It's not amazing at all. And most importantly, you need to have the crystallized barrel on it. Only this barrel gonna give you explosive damage, and that's gonna work with the Demolition Expert perk. Currently, we do not have the Demolition Expert perk on. We're just trying to see how this gun works, and then we're gonna put Demolition Experts on and see how this gun works with the buff of explosive damage. The fun thing about this gun is you can paralyze a mob really easy. Now that's it, it's done. Now we can carry out our tests in a safe environment. Now that's 7-11. So 7 is the Cryolator frozen attack damage, and 11 is actually the explosion damage comes together with the crystallized barrel. In theory, the explosive damage should replicate 100% of your cryo damage. So that means it should be 7 and 7 instead of 7-11. I have no clue why the explosive damage on this gun doing more than 100% of its projectile damage. That must be a bug. But it's a good bug for player because it makes this gun a little bit viable when we play in the game, comparing with all the other guns, because this gun does not have a big magazine, although it's a heavy weapon. Now let me quickly equip the Demolition Expert's perk to enlarge the explosive damage. That's 721. So the cryo damage stayed the same, and the explosive damage has been increased from 11 to 21. That's a significant damage increase to the explosive. Now let's remember the damage number on the live server, which is 77 without the Demolition Expert and 721 with the Demolition Expert. And let's quickly switch to the PTS. Now I have exactly the same character, same loadouts, same gun. As you can see here, almost the same HP as well. I'm not in any group. Let's quickly go to the Behemoth and try to find out if this gun is performing exactly the same or stronger or weaker. Again, let's paralyze it first. There we go. Now we can do the tests safe and easy. You see the damage? That's 7-7. Instead of 7-11 on the live server, the PTS server only gives us 7-7. So the explosive damage is exactly 100% of the cryo damage. And let me quickly equip the Demolition Expert. And what's the damage now? Oh, that's 13-7. On the live server, it's 21-7. On the PTS, it's 13-7. So that's almost 50% increase on the explosive damage. The scale of boost coming from the Demolition Expert to the explosive damage is almost the same as the live server, but the absolute value has been decreased. And I know this is actually a bug fix because the explosive damage is supposed to replicate only 100% of the cryo damage. And it is what's happening on the PTS. But unfortunately, that means practically a damage nerf to this gun. I mean, this gun is already not a very strong gun. I don't know a lot of people using them unless they're actually trying to freeze the boss during the boss fight. And besides that, I rarely see any people use it. I'm probably one of the craziest people use this in the daily run inside the game. But it's purely for fun. And explosive damage boosts actually give us a bit of confidence when we're running around with this gun. And to double confirm my finding is accurate, I cross-reference to check with the scavengers. Now this footage is what I did on the live server. And again, let's start without the Demolition Expert perk. And let's check it in slow motion mode. What I can see is a 32 first, then 46 after that. So 32, 46. And let's remember that number. Let's quickly check out another one. Still 32, 46. Now let me put the Demolition Expert back in. What's the damage number? Again, let's check it in slow motion mode. That's 33 and 73. That's my ratings. I did a few tests on the other scavengers. The test result is consistent. Now let's switch to the PTS. I'm using exactly the same gun. That's 32-32. Probably because I stand a bit further away from them. If I walk closer, the number jumps to 33-33 in my little test. So this actually confirms the test we did on Behemoth earlier on the PTS, that the explosive damage now replicates just 100% of the cryo damage instead of something more than 100%. And I was lucky that this scavenger turned into hostile and ran away. Well, strangely enough, instead of fighting back, he ran away. Typical Bethesda AI. But it gives us opportunity to check that this scavenger does not have any resistance to cryo damage. And that's why we have 32 damage per shot exactly on them. And this is what they do when they are scared. Just run away from us and crouch in a corner. Pretend we will never find them. Now let me put the Demolition Expert's perk back in and try to check what's the damage now. That's 53-33. So the cryo damage is 33. Again, it stays exactly the same. But the explosive damage has jumped from 33 to 53. And again, that's about 60% damage increase, which is exactly the Demolition Expert does. So let's wrap this up. On the live server, the explosive of the Cryolator does more than 100% of its cryo damage, which is a good thing for players for this gun, but it's not in line with the intention of the codes. And on the PTS, it has been changed back. Now the explosive does only 100% of the cryo damage. It's still boosted by the Demolition Expert. However, the total damage is practically lower than the live server. In other words, this guy is nerfed. Although it's a bug fix, but I don't see the necessity to actually fix this bug. This gun works ideally in the bugged environment instead of the not bugged one. That's very iconic. It definitely made this gun less viable inside the game. I mean, I can understand because this gun have additional elemental effect which actually can paralyze or frozen enemies. However, as this game is super easy, you don't really have the need to actually slow the enemy down or actually paralyze them. You can kill them right before they touch you. And this actually made this gun a joke currently inside the game, unfortunately. Alright, that's everything I want to share with you about the PTS. If you find the video useful and informative, please don't forget to give me a thumb up to support me. And you can always subscribe to my channel for more information about Fallout 76. But until next time, FO76 out.